Welcome to my new channel, Bitcoin Street. My first video here is going to be directing older people such as myself that don't know anything about the world of Bitcoin. I'm going to direct you to a handful of really high quality video channels on YouTube that older people will enjoy to watch. Now, I'm not dogging younger people that make videos on YouTube. There's absolutely excellent channels out there, but I think there's going to be a wave of older people coming in. I'm over the age of 50, and I know my audience from my VidVulture channel, they're all basically 35 and up, mainly 40 to 60, 65 in that ballpark. So I have a handful of channels here made by older people and a couple younger people that have a real professional attitude. They don't do a lot of cussing and stuff. But anyways, this first video is for people over the age of 40. Want to learn about Bitcoin. I'm going to show you, I think 5 or 6 channels here I'm going to recommend. Let's just start off. Let's dive into it before I start boring people. This is Digital Asset News. Now, the links to all these channels I'm about to recommend are down in the description of the video you're watching right now. You will see in the description, if you click on show more, the description will open up and you'll see this full list. I think I'm going to do maybe 5 or 6 channels in this video to get you started. I'm also down in that description, there's links to Bitcoin documentaries here on YouTube that will explain what Bitcoin really is, or at least part of it. I'm no Bitcoin expert, but I understand what it is now. But I'll continue to learn as well. So first channel I want to recommend is this guy, Digital Asset News.
Welcome to Digital Asset News, to get top stories in crypto, currency, digital assets, and bring them down to bite-sized pieces. Today is one of those days that really just blew my mind. That's all I can really tell you. So I'm attending right now the MicroStrategy World Now conference, and they're going everything about how Bitcoin works, the macros.
So right now, this guy, I think he's attending this meeting online. He's talking about a wall of money. This is his most recent video, just put out a few hours ago. A wall of money is coming into Bitcoin. I see the order books inside the MicroStrategy conference. So there's this company called MicroStrategy that's having a conference right now with about 1,400 of the biggest financial institutions in the world are listening to this Michael Saylor guy from MicroStrategy. He's giving them his playbook on how to invest in Bitcoin safely, because these massive corporations, millions and billions of dollars are about to put into this Bitcoin. They want to know how to do it safe and blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of exactly why I'm making this new channel, is because I know there's people out there that have been misled about Bitcoin. But I don't want to get too much into that. Excuse me. Digital Asset News. I've been watching this guy for a while. You can tell he's probably 40, in his 40s or so. No, don't get me wrong. There's really young people that make absolutely outstanding Bitcoin channels on YouTube. I'm not going to ignore them, but this first videos I put out on my new channel, like I say, I'm dragging an audience of older people. So mainly people over 40, late 30s. These will probably be the channels you will be comfortable starting out with. Digital Asset News. He's got his stuff together. He does more than Bitcoin. He's basically all about crypto world. Me, I'm just going to focus on Bitcoin, and there's another one called Ethereum, but I don't want to confuse the subject to people new, so it's just Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. The next one I'm going to recommend to you is this guy, Invest Answers. This guy is a professional. Let's see if we can get a look at him. There he is. Invest Answers. He just started this channel about 30 days ago. So he's averaging about 500 subscribers a day. I think he had a video out. It was older than that, but he just started making videos basically daily in the last month. And he's a real sharp fella. Link to Invest Answers is down in the description. Let's listen to him for a second.
When we could be on the verge of something quite big. So just looking at some of the numbers right now, I think Bitcoin is up nearly $2,500 today. And of course, Ethereum has gone up over $150 in just a day, which is a big, greater than 11% move. So things are on the move again.
Okay, let's stop it there before I get a copyright strike. But if you want to subscribe to his channel, go over there. Link is in the description. This guy is just, this specific video is the last one he put out. Ultimate Bitcoin buying guide, when to buy, how much, dollar cost average, trading strategies, tips and tricks. He's very articulate. He's a blockchain. He's a ledger. Bitcoin basically is a public ledger, like your checkbook, how you keep tracks of your checkbook, the ledger in your checkbook. That's basically what Bitcoin is. It's a bunch of checkbooks all linked together. You hear blockchain. So like your checkbook ledger is like a block, and it's linked with other checkbook ledgers. So blockchain, ledger chain, ledger link, checkbooks linked together. That's just one way you can, I mean, that's not what it is, but that's, if you don't know anything, that's a good spot to start. So like when you hear people say that Bitcoin can be used for illicit activities and crimes and criminals and money laundering and drugs and all that kind of stuff, you know, that's absolutely a lie. Bitcoin is literally a public ledger, like your checkbook ledger, where anyone can see every single transaction that's ever been made. Bitcoin is absolutely the last place a criminal would want to do their money activity. It's literally a public blockchain, a public ledger that's set in time that everyone can see if they want to. So there's no criminals that are going to do that. Criminals will use cash. So you're going to hear that coming probably from people I don't want to talk about. But criminals, cash, it's untraceable. Cash, paper money. When you hear blockchain, blockchain means a ledger. With Bitcoin, it's a social public ledger where everyone can see every transaction. It's annoying listening to some of these people, the things they say about Bitcoin. I have no idea what they're talking about. So criminals, they're not going to use Bitcoin. That's the last thing they would want to do. You'd be instantly tracked down. It's not an easy thing to track down exactly who did what, but it's all there if someone wants to look, and they can be tracked down. And that's not what criminals do. So criminals don't want to leave paper trails, I guess is what I'm saying. And Bitcoin is the absolute ultimate paper trail. You can see everything that's ever been done. Okay, this guy, high quality. I highly, he's only been doing it 30 days, but he's a financial professional with a great mind, it would appear. Let's move on here before this video gets too long and boring. So as you can see, both these guys look to be at least 40 in their 40s. So I'm trying to keep my viewers in the right generation, starting out here. Well, I guess those are basically the two older guys I'm going to recommend. There's, like I say, over here on the left, you see all these ones I'm subscribed to. There's really high quality ones out there. Let's see let's go to Lark Davis. Where's he at? Lark Davis. He's not exactly an older guy. He looks to be in his 30s though. And he puts out really good information. He basically does a video or two a day so far, is what I'm seeing. Let's just see his most recent video. This is Lark Davis.
Hey, so if you're trying to build
That's
your
not
online
Lark
business
Davis.
by building up, and most people,
The Bitcoin
That's
bull
Lark
run
Davis.
is about to go live again. Our consolidation period is coming to an end. We have some seriously bullish catalysts brewing right now.
All right, let's not get a copyright strike right off the bat. That's Lark Davis. He's been in it for a long time. So basically, I'm recommending these people to you because these are the things I'd like to say in my videos, but I'm just not at that point. So Lark Davis, link down to his channel is in the description. If you want to subscribe to him, he will keep you updated. Now, none of these people are giving financial advice. I cannot say that enough. Always make your own decisions. Because there are no certainties, you know. That's the one certainty into investing, is there is no certainty. So never risk more than you're willing to lose. That's the rule that keeps you safe. If you can't afford to lose the money you're investing, then don't do it. If you have $100, $1,000 that you can throw out your car window, drive it down the street, and never see again, and if that's not going to hurt the way you live, then that's probably the money you would like to invest. That is your safety net. Do not invest money that you cannot lose. And doing that, you will never lose money that you cannot lose. This is CryptosRS. I've recommended him a few times. He's a younger guy, but he basically sticks.
Welcome back to CryptosRS. I am George. It's a very good day. Bitcoin is rallying. All coins are rallying. Everything is rallying. Yeah.
That's George. CryptosRS. Links down in the description. I've recommended him a few times. He basically does these update kind of just vlogs, sit-down chats. I'm also recommending these channels because these aren't channels that try to funnel you into day trading, which is what a lot of them do. And if you don't have experience, you absolutely should not get into trading. I'm only recommending that you just invest in Bitcoin and just let it sit there. Bitcoin will eventually drop towards the end of 2021, early 2022, maybe sooner. I don't know. There will come a point where you should sell off some of the money you invest. Most likely it's going to be September, October, maybe sooner. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that is where a lot of the bad information comes about Bitcoin. Is we're in a bull run in 2021, and it's going to spike. It might spike up to $400,000, $600,000, maybe $200,000, $300,000. No one knows for sure. But it is going to have a huge run and a spike. And at some point, it is going to come back down hard. And people that don't know what they're doing are going to buy in at the top. And it's going to go down, and they're going to sell for a huge loss. And they're going to tell their family and friends that Bitcoin's a scam and a Ponzi scheme and all this weird stuff that's not true. Because if they just would hold on in 4 or 5 years, you know, it's gonna be 10, maybe 20 times more valuable than where they sold. So we'll get into that later. You don't need to worry about that stuff right now because the bull run of 2021 hasn't even started yet. If you get in now, you are in at the ground floor. People think they're late to Bitcoin, and you're not. You're the leadoff batter in a baseball game. You were the leadoff batter. There's no outs. Top of the first inning, you just smacked a single. You're standing on first base in the first inning. That's where you're at in Bitcoin right now. Everything up to this point was just people in a batter's box. Last 12 years, taking practice swings. You are on first base in the first inning of a 9-inning game. No outs. Batter 2 is coming to plate. I've recommended this guy before. Crypto News Alerts. He's basically a news channel. He will keep you daily updated.
In today's show, the Bitcoin price is $36,800 shortly after Ethereum closes above $1,500, hitting an all-time high. I'll be breaking this.
So that's him. Crypto News Alerts. Let's see, his video he put out today is Guggenheim CIO says Bitcoin could ultimately climb to $600,000, revising his previous Bitcoin prediction. So what he's talking about is a Scott Minerd guy from Guggenheim, which is a massive financial fund. Like 5 or 6 weeks ago, this guy from Guggenheim, the chief investment officer, said that Bitcoin, they did the fundamentals on Bitcoin, it should be worth $400,000 per Bitcoin. And then he didn't have permission to buy until after January 31st from the SEC. So starting February 1st, he had permission. So like a week before February 1st, he went on mainstream television and said Bitcoin should be worth $20,000. because the price had quadrupled since he said 400,000, and he realized he made a big mistake. So he tried to drive the price down. I don't want to get too much into this stuff, but anyways, February 3rd today, that guy that just said Bitcoin isn't worth 30,000, it should be worth 20,000. He just bought $500 million worth of Bitcoin February 3rd. And now he's saying that Bitcoin should be worth 600,000. So these channels that I'm going to suggest to you subscribe and watch are channels that will tell you, hopefully, from what I've seen, they're going to tell you the truth, no matter what the truth is. If you listen to these mainstream people, these people that run huge hedge funds, I mean, the guy said it's worth $400,000. A couple weeks later, he says it's worth $20,000. A couple weeks later, he says it's worth $600,000. So they're manipulating the market, and I don't know. I mean, it should be illegal, but I want to get into that. But it's just, you just got to watch out. It's basically the people that have been in it for a long time, not Bitcoin, but from what we know over the last 40 years of the financial markets, the stock markets, they're basically just all liars and cheats and criminals. I'm sorry to say it, but this is what I've seen in the 2 years that I've gotten into investing money. And thank you to YouTube, my VidVulture channel, where I've actually generated enough money to start investing it. It's the first time in my life. So thank you very much for all the views. I certainly appreciate that very, very much. So those VidVulture channel, those videos, I'm gonna keep pumping those out. Don't you worry about that. But I'm gonna start pumping out these Bitcoin Street videos too. Anyways, just be careful who you listen to. Basically, for me, my personal opinion, I don't even listen. I don't even watch to mainstream like CNBC, that financial stuff. That I would say just turn it off and never even watch it again. There's so many people on there just lying, directly lying to your face. It's no wonder why my first 2 years in this, I picked wonderful companies and I didn't make any money. I didn't lose any money. I didn't make any money. I was just flatlined, basically. It's because I was listening to those people, and they're lying to your face. I'm sorry. It's just. I just don't have the words for it. Anyways, Guggenheim, huge popular name. $400,000, $20,000, $600,000. Now that they got their money in, now he's coming out. No, it's worth $600,000. And they'll play with words. But what I really meant was in the future someday. Well, no, I meant this today. Now I'm talking about the future again. They're doing it to manipulate the market. Anyways, I'm trying to give you some people here that won't screw with your head, basically, because there is so much bad information out there. Who's another one? What have I done so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This guy, this Crypto Love guy. He's a little older. He might be 40. I like this guy. He reminds me of the guy that lived down the street from me back in the 70s and 80s, when you and your friends were all out in the street, driveways, playing on your big wheels. Remember the big wheels with the pedals on the front wheel? This guy reminds me of the guy that had the green machine down the street, and he tried to tell you about the green machine, and you didn't believe him. But the green machine was awesome. You got to agree the green machine, and you didn't believe him. And then he showed up one day with his green machine, and you tried to hang with him on your big wheel, but he had the green machine, and the green machine was just awesome. That's who this guy reminds me of. This is the kid that had the green machine before anyone else.
Boom shakalaka, happy Groundhog's Day, everybody. While it is very likely that Punxsutawney Phil will see his shadow today, meaning 6 more weeks of winter, it is not looking that dismal for Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, we haven't.
That's Crypto Love. That's the kid down the street had the green machine when you had the big wheel. I'd like to grow up with this guy. Like I say, the links for all these channels down in the description if you want to check them out and subscribe to them. This guy here puts out some fairly unique charts and stuff. He does it. He throws out some fairly unorthodox graphs and stuff, and some real interesting insights. He's been in this for a long time, and this particular graph he's got here is the months of the year where Bitcoin goes up or down. So January's been a down year historically. This year it was actually an up year. February is always a really good year for Bitcoin, which this is February 3rd as I make this video. March is a down year. This is just historically. This might not be true this year, but this guy gives out this kind of information. And it's really quite interesting. So April, May, June, July, August. Looks like spring and summer is good for Bitcoin. September dips down. October, November, December, good for Bitcoin. This is historically. This might not be true this year, but I don't think there's any way February of this year right now, I don't think there's any way this isn't just an outstanding year. This isn't just, I don't see how this is not going to be an outstanding February 2021. There's just so many things about to happen. I do have to say, hopefully you're still watching, the Chinese New Year is coming up February 12th, and that historically has been a bad time for Bitcoin, so there might be a big dip coming up. I'm not sure if that's going to happen this year or not, but watch out for February 12th, Chinese New Year. Historically, it dips down. Let's see. Crypto Love. Most of these guys put out a video daily. And for you ladies, I'm going to do one more channel. I've only found one lady Bitcoin channel. There may be more. Crypto Casey. I recommend her. I've only watched three of her videos. A couple of her videos. It looks like she puts out a video a week. Maybe 5 or 6 videos a month or so, it looks like. Here she is.
What an insane week for both the traditional markets as well as crypto. Hello, I'm Crypto Casey, and welcome to another episode of Last Week Crypto. Every Sunday, we review the performance of the largest cryptocurrencies, top gainers, as well as the latest global news stories affecting the crypto markets this past week.
I've only just recently found her because she only publishes once a week or so. She might have another channel. Anyways, you can check her out. Crypto Casey. Highly recommend her. This video she put here is called Next Stop After GameStop. Bitcoin alt season here last week. Crypto. It looks like she does a review of the last week, and she's real sharp. Crypto Casey. Here's her channel if you want to check it out. I was wondering, because all these channels are being done by guys, and I was wondering where the ladies are at, and I finally found her just in the last couple of days. There's tons of really high quality channels on YouTube about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. What I would recommend is you to watch documentaries I have down linked up in the description, so you understand what Bitcoin really is and what it isn't. So when you hear FUD, FUD stories, it's called fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD stories, FUD, those stories are being put out intentionally by people that want Bitcoin to go down in price. Don't listen to it. Watch the documentaries, know what it is for yourself. I'm sure many of you out there just learned something in this video where I talked about Bitcoin being a public ledger, like your checkbook linked up with other people's checkbooks around the globe for all people in the world to see. If they want to see it, they can go and look at every single transaction that's ever been made and that ever will be made. Bitcoin is literally a social ledger of transactions frozen in time for everyone to see, always archived, anything in the future, every transaction available to the public. It's decentralized. There's no one running Bitcoin. It's running on itself. Thousands and probably millions of computers running Bitcoin. Watch the documentaries. It's really wonderful and interesting. Now, I don't know what's going to happen? Maybe Bitcoin becomes illegal in a few years. I don't know. That's the only thing I can really see outside of a natural disaster, like a solar flare, or like a meteorite exploding in our atmosphere, or a EMP weapon detonated in our atmosphere to cause an EMP, an electromagnetic pulse. Bitcoin being made illegal and banned, and they throw you in jail, or an electromagnetic pulse are the only two things I can think of that could stop Bitcoin. And the first one's not going to happen because all these billionaires are putting their money into it. So where there's money to be made, it won't be outlawed. In the United States, anyways. Once all these huge hedge funds and Wall Street pummels their money into Bitcoin, they're not going to make it illegal. So we can basically wipe that off the table. Now, a centralized version of Bitcoin ran by an authoritative figure that can just press a button and cut you out of the economy, it's extremely dangerous. But the whole magic, the whole wonderful thing of Bitcoin is it's decentralized. It's not ran by anyone. It's literally ran by the society of Earth. It's free and open and independent and all those wonderful things. Check it out. Check out those documentaries. Educate yourself if you're not educated in the subject. Basically, EMP is my biggest fear. That could come from solar flare from the sun, wipe out our electronics. It could come from asteroid strike. If it were to blow up in our atmosphere, that could knock out electronics. A weapon, EMP weapon, can knock out our electronics. That's my only true fear at this point, is that. So, but if that happens, you're going to have bigger things to worry about anyways. So always be diversified. Don't make this your only egg in your basket, of course. Me personally, if you watch my VidVulture videos, you know that I have a small, let's see if I can get to my channel. I have a couple storage units just packed full of stuff. So I don't have all my eggs in one basket. Never put all your eggs in one basket. But if you don't have one egg in Bitcoin, you need to have a look. Get in there. This is my VidVulture channel. For those of you that have found Bitcoin Street, other than from me recommending it on my VidVulture channel. If you want to go to my VidVulture channel, if you found Bitcoin Street and you're interested in scavenging, making money, scrapping metal, selling online, that sort of stuff, scavenging right here. I make videos about going to the scrapyard and selling metal. I make videos about selling online. I've kind of got away from that recently, but I'm going to be getting into that more here so I can funnel that money into Bitcoin. But I do a lot of dumpster diving and scavenging and scrapping metal. I do some magnet fishing. I do some off-subject stuff sometimes. I try to not do a whole lot of that. But anyways, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks for watching.